So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Super Bowl Sunday special of the Secrets of the Damned project. We have some major announcements coming up and some information for our listeners, our readers, our supporters. As it stands right now, we're going to do a sit-down interview with Brunswick News, the Bugle Observer office in Woodstock on Tuesday, February 12th, talking about the Secrets of the Damned project. If everything goes good, it will be published in Brunswick News, many newspapers throughout the province. The online version of the Bugle is available through the Brunswick News Connection website. We will also be having a public reading of the Kirk, Secrets of the Damned, at the LP Fisher Library in Woodstock on Saturday, February 16th. Our good friends there have graciously allowed us to come in. We welcome any person who wants to drop in to talk to us about the book, to hear about the upcoming audiobook, to hear and to talk with our author, Jim A. Shaw, who I'm sitting down this morning with. Jim, good morning.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, we're having coffee. It's an early Sunday right before the Super Bowl, and it's going to be a great day for everybody. Now, Jim has some very important news about his website. Jim, could you tell us the great news about that?
The website launched this past week, and wait a second.
That's Jim's dog. He's so happy. He's chewing on a big piece of plastic here.
Like I said, the website launched this past week. My wife Frances created the website.
Tremendous.
And it's quite interesting platform. It's you got your main page, which is going to have me and a bio, and a mission statement for the page, and then you have I'm going to have a series of blogs on there. I think they're already in place. I just have to write some blogs down.
Yeah.
And then there's the promos, the different promos that were used on Facebook and on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm not on Instagram, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't want
and the podcasts as well, links.
Also, there's the links. Yep, you're right. The podcast links are there, and the links to the books. If you go on the website before the 16th,
and the website is www.
It's on Wix.com. www.jimshawwix.com, something like that.
Well, there'll be links on our Facebook and my Facebook, JJ Carrier, and Jimmy's Facebook site as well.
Right. And then there's, of course, like I was saying, there's also the books are on there, blurbs about the books and the audiobooks. The Kirk will be out officially on the 16th. And
as an audiobook.
And
let's plug Nora again, our great voice actress, Jim.
Yes, Nora's the one that has done the book.
Noraga, yes.
And she does a wonderful job, and she's actually now starting to do the second in the series. The link will be created after the 16th, so that when you'll be able to go on the website, just click on the audiobook, and it'll take you right to one of the three sites that it's going to be sold on, which will be Audible, Amazon, and iTunes.
Now, you talked before a little bit about, you said it's almost 11 hours of narration for the first book.
It's over 11 hours.
Over 11 hours. Great value in there. Imagine any movie you go to, it's going to cost you $10 to $12, only 2 hours. Here you're getting the length of 6 movies.
For $20.
For $20, which is a great deal. $20 Canadian. So if you're listening to this in the U.S., it'll be like 14 U.S. Now, Jim, the process of putting the audiobook, we talked in previous podcasts, the last dotting the I's and crossing the T's, what have you done in the last 2 weeks to get this finalized with Nora and with your supporting partners?
Well, of course, I review every portion that she records and sends to me, and then I approve it, and then she goes and does the next series of whatever chapter she does. And what happens is, when it's completely all done and everything's submitted to me, I review the whole thing, and then I give my okay. And then the okay is Audible will take Nora's work, and they'll go through it and find anything that they feel might be an issue. Mm-hmm. So the book has cleared with flying colors.
Yes.
The only thing they had to fix was, I guess, there needed to be a little more dead air at the beginning of the chapters. So that'll tell you how awesome the quality is that Nora puts out.
No pun intended, dead air. I like that. No pun
dead
intended.
air, yep.
which could be a subchapter in itself. Now, just a reminder as well, we've approached other media outlets in the Carleton County region. There is a possibility of another big interview with a newly formed newspaper we're going to be talking about. We're also trying to approach maybe some media outlets in Maine to get their readers and listeners involved, because there are some people in Maine who've been following the Secrets of the Damned. There's a big gothic horror and paranormal groups in Maine that look at books like this as kind of inspirational of what their own loves about that genre. Now Jim, talking about the public session, the public reading, just to remind everybody, I'm going to be reading the book, or per excerpts in the book, be Q&As. What would you like people to know about the session we're going to do? It's going to be an open forum. You're hoping for a big crowd, of course?
Oh, yes.
Friends and colleagues?
Oh, yes.
Please come out and support this project, because you're part of this. With the food bank fundraiser, there was great support. We helped raise more than $800 combined for the food bank and for our project. Now, Jimmy, you have a lot of family and friends out there. What can you say to them to convince? Show up on the 16, 2 p.m. What can you say to them? Make them feel guilty and tell them to show up.
Well, gosh, I'm related to you. How's that? Does that work?
That works. So it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a project years in the making. You're a big part of this. Just a reminder, my home number, 506-272-1880. I'm the kind of public relations agent for Jimmy if anybody wants to contact me. We're still looking for funding towards a pilot format from this. Anybody interested? There could be somebody out there, not hard to find. Secrets of the Damned on Facebook.
Let's talk about that.
What?
Let's
With
talk
cash?
about that
Sure.
Kickstarter thing.
The Kickstarter thing. Jim.
Well, we're going to need money, of course, to be able to even
Script, pilot.
just to even be able to approach some of these cats that do the movies. You know, they don't want to have to take us on as a charity case. So it's kind of nice to come, not just with your hat in hand, but with some things already, with some of the ducks already in line, so to speak. But the Kickstarter is a good way for you guys to be more involved. And
to put your money where your mouth is, or your support is.
Well, but there's also some pretty darn good rewards to go with the fact that you'll be putting money.
Yeah, because there's different levels. We're going to have, official signatures of the book by Jim, possibility of parts in the pilot or.
Well, there's going to be no possibility there. I'm going to insist. There's the top 3 levels are going to be. One, you can hang out with the cast and crew for a day and see how the movie's made. That's for one of the top 3 levels. And then the next one will be, of course, the cast party. You're invited to go and chum around and have a grand old time. Mm-hmm. But the cream de la cream is going to be for those that spend for the top level, or is a chance to actually, not a chance, the actual walking in on a role in the movie. Like, for example, there's going to be scenes like the scene. I'll give one scene away. Outside of one of the local bars in town is where one of the fellows meets his end at the hands of the vampire. And there's a whole crowd gathered there. So there's places for people.
I like
that
that crowdfunding. Crowdfunding.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's true. You can be crowdfunding and
be in the crowd. Yeah.
But there's places for people to have walk-on roles and appearances in the book or in the story as you see it on the big screen. And I'm really looking for you guys that have the desire to actually see yourself up there.
Now, here's the interesting thing. Jim and I are longtime friends. We go back to the 1980s. When he approached me to help out with the project, first thing came to mind, and maybe some of them already know about this, but when that a very important 2000 series, Veronica Mars, was looking to come back, it needed crowdfunding. I put in a little bit of money as one of 13,000 individual producers of the Veronica Mars movie. And now we're seeing the revival of the TV series in the new year just for that. Now, here's a challenge to anybody listening. Have you ever heard of a Stephen King or Gothic miniseries filmed with all New Brunswick people in New Brunswick for New Brunswickers? It's never been done before. Do you want to sit on your hands and not be part of history and complain that New Brunswick doesn't have a film, a film society or a film group? Put your money where your mouth is. If there's supporters out there that want to see a New Brunswick creator, supported by New Brunswick cast and other New Brunswick creators, Secrets of the Damned would be it. Anyway, I challenge any person listening to this to look at their own loves of the genre, be it if you're a Supernatural fan or Game of Thrones or whatever. Talk about the passion projects. And this is a passion project for Jim. Jim, it goes back 30 years now?
No, it goes back to the mid-'80s, yeah.
Mid-'80s, 30 plus years. Now, we know, for example, our good friend Derek Hamilton from BC, the movie Rabbit took a number of years, a number of creators, but that took 3 to 4 years from conception or more, not to give away too much of the plot of the movie, to being filmed. There's always a process. So, Jim, we're going to wrap up this morning and wish everybody a great Sunday. Any final words for our great supporters?
I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate everyone who has read the book, the people who are going to read the book, and I especially appreciate the folks that are going to get the audiobook.
And like I said, with this project, you will be part of history by either buying the audiobook, buying the physical copy, supporting Jim, supporting me, supporting Nora, maybe looking at your bank account and saying, I can afford $500 towards a project. We would figure it's going to take 5 to 6 figures to do it. Obviously we're transparent. We're not doing this for money. We're doing this for the love of trying to get something done. So on this great Sunday Super Bowl afternoon, we wish everybody a great time, and good luck to Patriots and Rams fans.
Go Habs, go!
And go Habs, go! That's a real championship team, but that's another podcast altogether. No pun intended. Anyway, as we like to say throughout the province of New Brunswick and across Canada and the world, be the Kirk. Have a good one. Bye.